Welcome back to the channel. This is Gillis TV, and folks, you might have just seen I just did a video of Sean Murphy heading to the Braves after GM Anthopoulos said, "Hey, we're not interested." Well, it turns out they really were. He just wanted to play it down. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're the fan of the MLB, anything trades, rumors, news, anything Yak, Clem, and myself have that going here on Clemhawks. If you're into the NHL aspect of things, any team you cheer for, I won't, you know, go after because I'm a diehard Oilers fan. But hey, we're over on Gillis TV talking NHL, and the latest on Bo Horvat. After I get this video done, we're gonna go over there and do that. But hey, so like I said, you might have just seen the video I posted Sean Murphy. There was no details yet. But now we got a three-way trade involving in this, and it's mind-blowing as somehow the Milwaukee Brewers got into this. Who would have thought? They must have just been like, hey, yeah, we'll take some cap, give us a catcher. And a lot of Braves fans I've seen in the comments are going off about William Contreras going to the Brewers. You heard that right. As in my first video I mentioned, they had Contreras, they had Pina, they had uh, the other one I can't remember off the top of my head right now. It's a mind blank. Travis d'Arnaud, that's who it is. Well, in my video I said, well, now they got abundance of catchers. One catcher had to be going to the Oakland Athletics. Turns out it's Pina. Kind of shocking that William Contreras is now going to the Brewers. That is just mind blowing. So let's get the full details here. There are some players left to be unnamed yet still, but we got most of the trade kind of narrowed down now to who's getting what. As the Braves have acquired catcher Sean Murphy from the A's, reports of Jeff Passan of ESPN. It actually is a three-team trade per Passan, with William Contreras going to the Brewers and Manny Pina to the A's. Right-handed pitching prospect Freddie Tarnok will be going to from Atlanta to Oakland per Robert Murray of Fansided. The A's will also get outfielder Esteury Ruiz from the Milwaukee Brewers per Murray. Other players who may also be involved in the deal are yet unknown. I will refresh this page just to see. Okay, so here's more. Per John Sherman of the New York Post adds Joe Payampis, however you say it, and Justin Yeager will go to the Brewers. Kylie McDaniel of ESPN reports that left-hander Kyle Mueller is going to Oakland. It's not yet known if this is the full deal or if more players are involved. The move finally brings an end to the trade saga that has been going on for about a year now. After the 2021 season, the A's leaned hard into a rebuild that saw them trade Olsen, Chapman, Manaea, Brissett before opening day while flipping Frankie Montez at the deadline. Murphy was widely seen as the next to go for a number of reasons. Firstly, he just crossed 3 years of MLB service time in 2022 and will now be making higher salaries via arbitration. MLB.tr contributor Matt Schwartz projects Murphy will jump to $3.5 million in 2023 with two further bumps before reaching free agency in 2025. Secondly, the A's received an excellent catching prospect from Atlanta in the Olsen deal in Shea Langeliers. He had an excellent season in AAA and carried himself well in 40-game debut in the majors. Given all those factors, it seemed more and more likely the A's would hand the job over to him and trade Murphy for improvements elsewhere on the roster. By taking this path, the A's are parting with one of the best catchers in the game. The 28-year-old Murphy has 330 games in the big leagues under his belt thus far and has performed well in just about every facet of the game. He hit 46 home runs and has combined of a batting line of .235 average. That production leads to a WRC plus of 116, indicating he has been 16% above the league average hitter and even further ahead of the average catcher since they generally come in a bit lower than others. He also took a step forward at the plate in 2022, striking out in just 20.3% of his plate appearances after being above 25% in his career prior to that. Defensively, Murphy gets rave reviews as well since the start of 2022 or 2020, sorry. He posted a 13 defensive runs saved behind the plate, a number that places him in the top 10 in the league. Fangraph's framing metric gives him a 19.5 in that time frame, the third highest such tally. Those around contributions have allowed him to produce 10 wins above replacement in those 3 seasons, according to Fangraphs, second amongst catchers to only JT Realmuto. So a bunch of players going elsewhere. That almost seems like the end of it. So the full trade breakdown is Sean Murphy to the A's, William Contreras to the Brewers, Manny Pina to the A's, right-handed pitching prospect Freddie Tarnok will be going to Oakland from Atlanta. The A's will also get outfielder Esteury Ruiz from Milwaukee, and Joel Sherman of the New York Post as that Joe Payamps and Justin Yeager will go to the Brewers. Kylie McDaniel of ESPN reports the left-handed pitcher Kyle Mueller is going to the Oakland Athletics too. So this is a huge trade, a huge three-way trade. The Braves are shaking up their bullpen or their catching as they had three decent catchers. William Contreras, I saw his stats was phenomenal last year, 20, 22 home runs, something like that. So a lot of fans are saying, hey, well, we're actually getting worse offensively. Yeah, you might be, but you're also getting a really good defensive player that can stop a lot of runs. He has a really good throw-out rate for stolen bases. He can frame those pitches. He knows how to call a game, and it's going to be great to see what can happen there for Murphy and the Braves. And now you just had this really good catcher in Wilson Contreras, where he's just going to go to the same division as his brother. Sorry, Cubs fans, you don't have any of the Contrerases anymore. But that will be something to watch, where the Brewers just kind of came out of left field and said, hey, let's make a three-way trade. You get Murphy, we get Contreras, you get Pina, and we'll send others elsewhere, and let's do this right now, right then, and that's what turns out. But this has been Gillis TV here on the channel. Let me know in the comments what you guys think as I am on out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Catch you on the next one.